Hi, this is Jen with Unchained Crochet. If you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to see more items and tutorials like this. Okay, I'm back with an update inside the Designing Mind with the Orchid top. I wrote down what I have done since the last video. At the end of the last video for this top, I explained that I had like 500 some stitches after my last increase row. So what I did was I backed that last row out after I decided that was way too many and way too much fabric. That got me down to about 256. So then, let's see, take a look at my notes here. I did a plain double crochet row. And then I did, double crochet fillet row. A plain double crochet fillet row. No more increasing. I decided that was tall enough to get to my shoulder, so I did not increase in that first and last stitch. I just did a plain double crochet fillet. Double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and you're skipping a stitch when you do your chain one. So plain fillet row. Then on the next row, I established my corners. I did a solid double crochet row, establishing my corners. That is where I divided up my stitches. I put half of my body stitches toward the body of the top, what's going to go toward the bottom, and then the other half of my stitches I put toward each sleeve, half toward each sleeve. So here's a marker here. You can see the corner that I made right here. I did 2 double, chain 2, 2 double. So that row after the fillet is all double crochet with corners added, and it lands around the armpit area. It's not deep enough yet for my armpits there. That's just the direction that it's going, is toward the armpit. So that put me with half of my stitches, my total stitch count, toward the body, and the other half divided up for the 2 sleeve areas. This is a flouncy baby doll style sweetheart neckline top. All right, so after the solid row, I then decided it's time to do a leveling up row. Okay, so here's the solid row, and then I did a leveling up row beginning the row after the solid row. So we've got the double crochet fillet, a solid row of double crochet, establishing the corners to 2 corners in the armpit areas. Then I've got the side. The sides I marked with blue markers. Here's my yellow marker for my corner, so I maintained my corner as I went. The leveling up row is something like this. I counted in from the edges and in from the corners. So counting in from each side, I would place a marker. I counted out for the center body, center or body stitches. I counted 24 treble in from the shoulder, 24 treble crochet will be placed in from the corner. Then 24 double crochet at each end of each side. Then 16 half double, 16 half double, and 6 single crochet in the middle. That was for the body, and you can see there's more stitches in the body as that tapers. It looks something like this. I'm going to do a shorter version of it, but I'm going to draw it right here and hold it up for you. These are not the numbers I use, but I just want you to get a visual. Okay, so So just pretend this is my body right here. My body stitches. Half of my stitches went to my body. I divided up, did a bunch of treble, did a bunch of double, did the same number of treble. So I counted in. I would place a marker after each section. All I did was count on that row. And then it was after this, the double crochet row. I marked the double crochet row. So when I came back and did another row, I had these marked out where I could do the treble, the doubles, the half doubles, the single crochets, the half doubles, the doubles, the trebles. Sorry, I should have put trebles there. So counting in from your corners, and then the sides, same thing, counting from the shoulder to the corner. I did marked a stitch marker. The commas represent stitch markers. I counted out so I could have 12 trebles at each end, then counted in again, put another marker after 12 stitches, put markers after 6 stitches, and then had a little section of 8 stitches free in the middle where I did single crochet. So that graduates it, and it's kind of looks like this. Again, this is not a tutorial. This is taking you along for my design ride. And this top is a little complicated. I will never do a full tutorial on it. You're probably, next time you see it, you're going to see it finished, because I've established my shape I want. I'm just going to keep stitching in those shapes. And I believe I have it to where it will reach my armpit from the bottom of the sweetheart to the outer corner here. Diagonally from the middle of my chest to there will reach my armpit area. So I'm now going to, on the next time you see this, I'm going to be stitching out for the arms separately, out for the arm, and then the body is going to be its own section. So this is the division process that I've come up with. So my body, I will just keep stitching back and forth across my body stitches. It's really large, but across from corner to corner, stitch down for my body, and corner to shoulder, stitch out for my arm separately. So the piece will be divided after I've gotten this far. So I did that leveling up row, and then what I did was another leveling up row. You can see here's 2 rows in the middle of this arm section where I've got single crochet and single crochet again. And let's see, I'm revisiting this. It appears I have done that 3 times now. So 2 or 3 rows of this leveling up. And as you're leveling up and you get into a corner, you're going to be adding more treble crochet in the corners. You'll have two more in each treble crochet section at the corners. Just the corners of the body. Up at the shoulder, I've not added any stitches because I want this to be straighter. See, here's where I stopped increasing there. You can see that the shoulder is taking shape. So I may do one more round, but I may just keep this going and go back and forth on the arms separately and go down for the body. That's most likely going to happen at this point. I feel like I've reached the armpit area comfortably, and that the shoulder is wide enough now to just continue with double crochet because it's more leveled up. There will be some curve to it just because it got so roughly to begin with, but I've now basically smoothed out that ruffle some, and we'll continue just with double crochet and go straight out. So hopefully this is going to be a really cute top. If you've watched this far, kudos to you. You really want to learn to design your own things, and you know what? Try it. It never hurts to try something once, most of the time. And see what you think of it for yourself. But this is my piece so far. It's hard to see because it is so roughly, but I'm very happy with it. And that is all for this top for the day.